Hello, this is Jay Herzl88 for your computer tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to make a RAR file, extract a RAR file from a partition. Basically what a partition is, it's basically a group of files that instead of having to download all of them, you can download each one by one without having to use excess server space. So like for instance, when I go to my profile right here, alright, okay, here's my profile, and then I go to SkyDrive. So anyways, I got some files right here, and then I go to Project 2, which is just some test files that I did. This is a movie that I downloaded called Polly, and basically it's got each file that's inside a RAR partition. And then when you click on the partition, there's a file right there. Inside that RAR file, there's one file, but they're inside all of them, which it's basically like when you have a floppy A disk, how you can store one file on 10 disks. It's possible. And basically use the method of partitioning, which just means you're putting a file into multiple sectors. So a sector has basically a code that asks for the next part, and then it asks for the next part, and then it goes, on and on, however many parts you have. So if you want 50 megabytes in each file, which I'll need to have 50 megabytes because Windows Live only allows up to 50 megabytes. So basically I have to put each of these files in 50 megabytes. So there's 7 files, and I split them up because that way I could edit out the commercials, because I record this on a TV one day because I was kind of interested in this movie, and that's kind of why I put it up here in the first place. But anyways, it's got maybe like 16 partitions. These aren't files, these are just partitions. So basically all of this is one file, all of this is one file, and you keep going down the list, and then this is the last file right here. Disregard the file 10. File 10 is nothing, it doesn't exist. But it goes up to file 9, and basically it's just got all those files that are just right up on there. And so basically you can just kind of goof around and download some of these files. But each file might take between like 20 and 30 minutes to download, because I think in total there's like, once you extract them from the RAR, so you extract them from the RAR and then you extract the file from the thing. But the computer will automatically extract all 20 partitions together. So when you do the 14, 16, 20 partitions, which there are, it's a good amount of files that are on there, you can basically know how to do partitions for yourself, and without having to download too much information, you can have them extracted, and then you can kind of exceed the limits of bandwidth. Basically you won't have to it's better to have each one in case one fails. So like if you get to part 20 and it fails after part 20, that's okay, because you can always re-upload, or re-download the rest of the partitions. Whereas if you had just one file, one big 16 gigabyte file, you can't possibly be able to download a 16 gigabyte file because that's just way too hard. So basically, that's pretty much all I have to say, and leave your comments about the whole idea. And also I just wanted to ask if maybe I should put like YouTube videos on here, like some of my RAR files that I use for YouTube, because I think that would kind of be a really good idea to do, because I've got plenty of space on here, and basically downloading RAR files have better picture and sound quality than the ones on YouTube, because YouTube just converts them into a .mp4 format, .flv, and .slv, which doesn't have as good picture qualities as other files, because my files are like 200 megabytes, theirs is like 40 or 50 megabytes. It saves a lot of time and space when you're downloading files onto your computer, but it's worth it because you get the best picture and sound. Like all these movies right here are in HD quality, so you won't have to worry about bad quality when you watch these videos. That's the one thing that I hate about internet, because it's got all kinds of crap that's all like streaming stuff, and streaming stuff just doesn't look as good as the live stuff. But if anybody wants me to upload any RAR files to download, just let me know. And if you think this is a good idea to post a link on YouTube, you know, just to kind of let people, you know to download these types of files, that would be a good idea. But only if you let me know, because you know I don't want to waste my time, you know, uploading 200 megabytes of files. I mean, it doesn't take me long to download them, since my upload speed is really fast. It's like 4 or 5 megabytes per second. So I've got pretty fast internet speed. But just let me know on the details on that, and you know, we can kind of get started with that. Sexy bitch.